just camaraderie from his peers. It's, I'm happy for him, and he definitely deserves, as we've been watching, to be in the game, putting up a lot of points still.
6 for 6 on catch and shoots last night.
Nice.
Wow. That helps.
That's what they want. That's what they want out of him. We move on. Miss honest basketballs.
Honest.
Josh Richardson gets the dribble handoff here, chucks up a brick, and flails just enough to get a whistle. No contact there. Yeah. Then he proceeded to miss all 3 free throws.
That's what you get.
I mean, do you think Rasheed Wallace is somewhere smiling?
We're all smiling. And by the way, I saw that Patrick Beverly got fined. How about we fine Josh Richardson for flopping? Because this got to stop. Get this out of the game. Oh, look at Drake.
Wow.
Scotty, you know what? Don't find him. Don't find him. Drake laughing is punishment enough.
Scotty fine there for Josh Richardson?
He should be fine for missing 3 free throws.
Next.
I like the move.
Vet move there by Josh Richardson. Make highlights. Wolves-Hawks. Check this out. A step back from Trae Young. Look at that. And then we'll take another look here in a second.
Good defensive play on him, too.
Then later on,
Come on.
he had a beautiful behind-the-back pass after this to Jabari Parker. You'll see that here in just a moment. Look at this.
Whoop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Easy bucket there.
Steve Nash.
Scotty, which was more impressive?
I think it was the pass. I think it was the pass. I'm used to him doing that step back, dropping that 3. It's either him or James Harden. So
Yeah, for sure.
pick your poison.
The passes what makes him special.
Yeah, the
True,
pass.
for sure.
I like a guy that's willing to give.
Oh, man, that was Graham he did that on.
Look at that. Excellent point. We move on. Miss control. Back to Toronto and Sixers. Outrunning, and Al Horford throws an errant lob that hits directly into the backboard. 2 possessions later, though, we got the full court dime from Ben Simmons. So, I mean, should Big Al just leave the point guarding to Simmons?
Nah, y'all ain't gonna pick on my guy Al. He's one of the best ball handling, passing big men we have in the league. Everyone has a bad day.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like, come
it's
on,
just,
man.
just one bad
happens.
pass.
Yeah, man, he's good.
We love Big Al.
Yeah, man.
For sure. All right. Welcome back to the Jump Up. George Sedano in for Rachel Nichols. That's Amin Elhassan. That's 6-time NBA champ Scottie Pippen. The NBA season is quickly turning into a showcase down in Dallas featuring 20-year-old phenom, his name, Luka Doncic. Here's a look at the dominance of Doncic.
He has a vibe to him, his intrinsic sense for what's going to happen next.
He and LeBron James, the only players with a 40-point triple-double before the age of 21.
You can stop talking about his age because it obviously doesn't make any difference.
They have a bona fide star in this kid right here.
I was confident last year, but obviously this year I'm playing better than last year for now. Just to get used to the NBA, it's going to be tough games.
Hey, let's make a stop, yo.
It's a lot of things, mental things, the way the game is played.
Good shot, boy.
I'm getting used to everything, and it's a lot about confidence.
James isolating against Doncic. You bet! Doncic, he got it!
LeBron is a great player. He was my idol when I was young, so facing him, it was great stuff for me.
Doncic saw it when no one else did.
Oh yeah, it was a great game, you know. Obviously, I wanted to win, but that didn't happen. I always admire him, so it was a special moment for me. I'm gonna remember that game for a long time.
Oh, Luka Doncic with the authority. Luka Magic has made everybody ooh and ah.
I always felt like I can lead some teams.
The legend of Luka continuing to be written.
But we got a group of young guys that can keep building up and up. You know, we're not that was top, not yet for sure, and we just gotta get better.
Oh, my goodness, what a show!
Luka Doncic is only the 5th player to ever average a 30-point triple-double over a 10-game span, joining LeBron, Russ, Jordan, and Oscar. That's a pretty good group there. Tonight, the Mavs host the Clippers and their group of talented perimeter defenders. Scotty, as one of the best perimeter defenders ever.
Did they keep my picture off of there for a reason?
How do the Clips try to defend Luka?
Wow. Well, that's going to be a tall order. I mean, right now his confidence is so high, and he's playing with such a pace. You know, you can't get him out of control. You can't get him rattled. You can't give him off of his execution. I think you allow him to score the basketball or not allow him, but I think you deny the other guys. I think it's his all-around game that makes him so effective. and he gets a lot of guys trying to bite on and catching them cheating, and that's when his all-around game really stands out. I think for me, knowing the Clippers, they got a lot of bodies to throw at him, from Patrick Beverly to Kawhi, Paul George. But I don't think any of those guys, size-wise, matches up with this kid well. He's physically gifted, and he has the ability to play the game at his own pace. And for me, I would say try and stop the other guys, but he's probably going to still be able to manage 30 points. But if you can cut down the 10 assists and the 10 rebounds, then you've done a job.
I mean, to Scotty's point, clearly he leads them in assists and points, but he's been their best rebounder in this stretch, too.
He's a big dude, man.
Yeah.
People don't understand. He's not like a frail, skinny kid. He's a big, physical player. He, like Scotty said, he plays at his own pace, so it gives you the illusion of he's slow. But no, he's just taking his own time. You can't rush him in anything. The player that he reminds me of the most in the league is actually a guy the Clippers played last week, James Harden. And so I wonder if the Clippers are going to try to guard him the same way they guarded Harden, where a lot of double teams, a lot of traps, and try to get the ball out of his hands. Now the problem is you can't do it like the Clippers did, where the weak side defense is totally asleep and you get a bunch of guys who are wide open for three. You got to be a lot more active on the weak side if you're going to do this every single time. Probably a better strategy is you throw some doubles sometimes you show them single coverage, sometimes it's Kawhi, sometimes it's Paul George. Keep them guessing, because the more kind of he can rely on, oh, they're going to send two this way, or these two guys, the more easier it is for him to process what's happening.
Scotty, to his point, we've seen recently that trend with James Harden, and in the James Harden situation, they've been sending the double very early in the shot clock. Do you think that could be a good strategy for Luka?
Well, I don't think that style will work against Luka, because he's not the type of player that's going to be looking to score the basketball. He's more of a facilitator. He's going to get the team involved, and then when things break down, now you got to worry about him. Late clock action, things of that nature. But I think throughout the game, I think you'll be burning a lot of energy if you try to take the ball out of his hand. He's still going to execute the offense. Again, he's a player that plays with a pace, so they're not going to be able to speed him up or rattle him.
He's 20 years old.
It's crazy.
He can't drink. Right now, he could not come and have a
He
drink.
could when he was in Europe.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. Take it back. I'll see you in Ljubljana.
All right, coming up, one of the 2020 top high school prospects joins us. His name, Josh Christopher, and we'll discuss the new recruiting process and being on the next cover of Slam magazine.
I'm going to tamper, by the way. I hope y'all know that.
Here's what The Jump recommends first. Before that, Royce Young breaks down the intricacies and the dark art of defending a free throw. Yes, defending a free throw. So check it out.
Of course, Patrick Beverly be one of the dudes who does it.
What are you up to over there?
I got you a little something.
Shut up. Oh, how did you know?
It's great, right?
You're the best.
You'll feel like an MVP with a gift from Hellsberg Diamonds. And right now, get a free Xbox One S with Madden 20 and NBA 2K19.
If you like to put work in here or here, now you get cheap and...
The NFL collectively took a knee in unity, in a show of unity, to essentially protest against the president's characterization of them. Until that time, no one took, I won't say no one, but literally a handful of players maybe took a knee in concert with Colin Kaepernick.
I understand.
Most players did not.
Okay, I understand that. Now, let me ask you this question.
Hurry up. Go ahead.
Okay. We know the president's a racist. Okay. Do you think that any of the owners in the National Football League are racist?
Stop. I appreciate the call. First of all, on this show, we are not going to engage in calling the president of the United States that. I'm not going to be a part of that. Nobody at ESPN should be a part of that. We're a sports network. And see, that's where we go into very, very, very dangerous territory. Because the bottom line is this. We're sports people. We want to be inclusionary. We want support from every community, not just the black community, not just the Latino community, not just the white community, not just the Jewish community. We want anybody who loves sports to watch ESPN. And the fact of the matter is, this president, no matter how many tens of millions of people abhor the personification of him, you got tens of millions of people who voted for him and supported him. We ain't a part of that, number one. Number two, owners. We could say what we want about them, okay? But the fact of the matter is, until the Colin Kaepernick situation came about, we weren't calling them racist, and it didn't stop any of us from watching football as the National Football League elevated to the number one product in our sports genre, period. So why all of a sudden, because they have a different position on Colin Kaepernick, that we must character assassinate them? They could just very much emphatically disagree with the kind of impact he has on business. I believe they're wrong, and I do believe he's been blackballed, and I don't believe it's fair. But I'm not going to be a part of calling individuals that I do not know racist just because I don't like a decision they've made. More with the Stephen A. Smith Show in a minute. Vivid Seats, the top ticket source for the live events you crave, now has a loyalty program that allows fans to earn credit back. Go to the App Store or Google Play, download the Vivid Seats app, and enter promo code ESPN25 for 10% off your next order.